I'm thinking about this story with Creflo Dollar. The fact that he had to go to jail because he was, according to him, corrected his daughter, doing what a father should do, prevented her from going out at 1 o'clock in the morning to a party. And I think she's like 15, 16 years old. He said no. Apparently, he put his hands on her, I guess, to stop her or whatever. I wonder why she was going to go anyway, especially at that age. If she's 15 years old and daddy said no, there shouldn't have to be a struggle. Should not have to be a struggle. Here's the soundbite on that. Let's go to number one, Andre.
Renowned megachurch pastor Creflo Dollar has posted bond after police arrested him for allegedly assaulting his teenage daughter. Now, police said the 15-year-old had, quote, superficial injuries to her neck, which is why they took him into custody. Now, Dollar is a pastor at the World Changers Church International in College Park. It's outside of Atlanta. He was charged with simple battery, family violence, cruelty to children, and released on $5,000 bond.
That's amazing. According to this report, Dollar and his daughter were arguing over whether she could go to a party. And when Creflo Dollar got physical with her, apparently she called the police. Isn't that amazing? She called the police on her father. She called the police. Apparently he left superficial, as you heard, injuries, and she called the police on. This was happening at 1 o'clock in the morning. This girl wanted to go out at 1 o'clock, and I guess according to his report, he said no to that, and she called the police. That's amazing. Dollar faces charges of simple battery and cruelty to children. Isn't that amazing? Dollar bonded out of jail Friday morning, and I just want you to hear what he had to say about the incident.
How you doing, Pastor? Can we get a word with you?
No comment, Joe.
Pastor, can you say what happened?
No comment. Discipline my kid. Love him.
Love him?
Yeah.
Same problem everybody, parent is going through?
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to say to your congregation?
No, sir.
Good luck to you, Pastor.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
That's amazing. He loved his children, disciplining his daughter. And that's what's happening in America. These schools are teaching the kids that if your parents touch you, then it's physical abuse and it's cruelty, and you should call the police. Isn't that amazing? And now you can't even, unless you run the risk of going to jail. And as a parent, I would do that. I would run the risk of going to jail than to lose my children. But they're teaching these kids this, and now these kids want to do what they want to do. If you tell them no, they could call the police on you. You're in jail. This is another way of creating a shameless society, because when you lose the generation, when you lose the children, and you turn them over to the world, it's over. And Satan's children are scheming or coming up with schemes of all kinds of ways to destroy the family. I would love to interview Creflo Dollar's wife to see what role she is playing in this. Is she like quietly encouraging or motivating this girl to do this? And then when it's time to discipline her, she hide in the background as though she has nothing to do with it or had nothing to do with it. You know, sometimes I see that happen a lot of time in the families where you have these narcissistic mothers. They're setting their kids up to rebel against the fathers so that the kids can love them, look to them for everything. And they act as though they're not doing it, but they really are. It's a game that's being played on a lot of fathers, folks. And according to the report, the mother was back in another room and didn't really see what happened. But I wonder what influence does she has on the mind of this girl. When Creflo Dollar is out working, Dollar seems like a strong guy. He doesn't seem as though, you know, I saw him in his being released from jail. First of all, he seemed pretty mad, and I can understand it. But he seemed like he's a tough guy with his kids. I don't know. But just saying. And it's amazing how there is a lot of families who are, it's just disorder in the homes. Not just with secular folks, Satan's children, but in the Christian family as well. And it has to stop, folks. We got to start dealing with it. You know, a lot of men don't know that this is happening because they are not paying attention to what the wives are doing, the mothers are doing to the children, how they're being set up. I hear it all the time, folks. I have to tell you, because I do counseling, family and individual counseling. And a lot of fathers, they're confused because they work hard, they provide for their children, and all of a sudden they look around and the kids are disobedient. The kids don't like them, don't like the fathers. And they don't know why. They don't know what happened that their kids are acting that way. They don't know that in many cases, not all, but the mothers are undermining the children, turning them away from the fathers. The worst thing that a mother, just for the mothers who are doing this, the worst thing you can do to a child is turn them away from their fathers. Because when you turn them away from their fathers, you turn them toward hell. And you and the father will suffer the rest of your life because they will be nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. Here is the update on Creflo Dollar's arrest. Creflo Dollar talked about what happened with he and his daughter on Sunday in his Sunday morning service.
The events of the past week didn't seem to have any effect on church attendance, and it also didn't seem to affect the opinions of Dollar's followers.
Hallelujah.
Inside, there was a standing ovation, and outside, the shuttles were still running full an hour after the service started.
He is the best pastor in the world. He teaches the word with simplicity and understanding. He's a great father and husband.
So I know this is a great man of God, him and his family.
Pastor Creflo Dollar spoke about his arrest Friday for simple battery and cruelty to children. His daughter said she was slammed to the ground and punched by him, but he told his followers it was an emotional dispute that escalated. This video comes from the church's internet feed.
The truth is, she was not choked. She was not punched.
He said most parents would understand the need for discipline.
Raising children in our culture of disrespect is a challenge.
And before continuing on to his sermon, Dollar said the truth would eventually become known.
And I want to say this very emphatically. I should have never been arrested.
Several parents in the audience said they agreed.
I have a 15-year-old daughter myself, and if she needs discipline, that's what she will get. Thank you. Case dismissed.
You didn't think for a second about not coming this week?
Please, no. And come on in and join us.
Mark McAfee in College Park for 11 Alive News.
Good for him. Good for him. And he's right. He should never have been arrested. Never have been arrested. Now, what type of message does it send out to this 15-year-old girl? She's going to want to do whatever she wants now. If her dad say no, she's going to call the police on him. She's being turned away from him. How did this happen in America? How did we, the Christians, allow the children of Satan, the liberals, to create laws that would prevent you and me from disciplining our children in our homes? How did that happen? Why were there a fight to prevent that from happening when they discussed the possibility of these types of laws? Or did they pass them and we didn't know it? And what type of person would pass a law or even consider passing a law that would prevent a father or a mother from disciplining their children in the home? What type of hatred is in their hearts that they would come up with that type of an idea? Why do they want the kids out of control? What do they need the kids for? And laws like this are being passed every day, folks, and they go against the family. Once you destroy that family, it's over. Look what happened to the black folks. And I have to use them because it's obvious in this country that black Americans are suffering not because of racism, but they lack a moral character. And they lack character because the family is broken. The average black man isn't worth a dime, and the average black woman is angry and is out of control, and that anger been passed on to the children. It wasn't like that prior to the government coming in and destroying God's order, that family. The power, the authority is in the man. It's not in the woman. It's in the man. Kids don't listen to women or mothers after 3 years old. They do not listen to them at all. They're not afraid of them. Even when the mothers are like yelling and trying to willfully make the kids do what they want. All they do in that mode is create bad children, make them worse. And that's what happened to the black family, and now it's happening across the board because you have these godless people making these laws that affects all of us. And if you can't be firm with your kids at time, you're going to lose them. This is good versus evil, right versus wrong. It's time to cut this out, folks. It's time to stand up before it's too late. And especially men. You need to go back and take your family, folks. Men.